in these rocks here. And you can see the very sharp nose, indented mouth, and prominent chin of the profile of Chief Whitehead.
Rushmore, it isn't. You make them look big like Michaela's.
Up on Cushing Island to the left. This has another story regarding another period of history of Cushing Island that actually goes all the way back to the Victorian tourism era, which was in the late 1800s, mid 1800s really actually. The man named Lemuel Cushing, he purchased much of this island. And he had an idea. He wanted to bring people out here to stay on his island and pay him to do so. And before that, this was not really happening in our country. People weren't really participating in the concept of tourism. This was kind of the very beginning of tourism. And so he built a large resort called the Ottawa House and hired a famous landscape architect named Frederick Law Olmsted, who you may have heard of him. He also designed Central Park in Manhattan and at the same time period. Yeah. Olmsted designed these beautiful purchased land from Cushing before the Ottawa House burned down. To your right, that's Peaks Island. I'm going to talk a lot more about it in a few minutes, but it is the most densely populated island in Casco Bay, and probably the place that you will want to go visit if you want to visit an island in Casco Bay. There's the most stuff to do out on Peaks Island. Most other islands don't have roads or stores or restaurants or much going on. There are kind of a few things happening on each island, but Peaks Island really has a pretty densely populated tourist area. So that island has a brew pub and a coffee shop and a couple restaurants and small kind of touristy shops. There's a grocery store. There's a place that you can rent kayaks, bicycles, or golf carts if you want to get around the island. And the Casco Bay Lions Ferry, they go out there several times a day. This time of year, 17 times per day. And it's pretty cheap. It costs $7.70 round trip per person. You can bring your car out there. That costs $90 though. So you really can get to everything within pretty much like 100 steps of the ferry terminal. All of those businesses are just right there. Definitely worthwhile visit. To most of the islands in Casco, or most of the islands we're seeing today. This island is not the case. They don't get any service. They're not a part of the city of Portland. It's private islands. They have to figure all that stuff out on their own. They do have a giant solar panel. I don't know if anyone noticed that. They're generating some of their own electricity. I'm not personally sure what they're doing for water. That's difficult. I've heard there's a spring there, but I really don't know. And yeah, we'll see what they end up doing for them. And then they built the structure that's off to your right with the red roof and the yellow trim. That was the Little Diamond Island Casino. Built for the sole purpose of attracting people out here to come and have a good time on the island, and hopefully they would be compelled to buy land there. They'd want to be there for the whole summer. This works really well. Within just 2 months of Little Diamond Island Casino being... People think that this is like a prison or something. Yeah. So it was intended to be a Civil War era fort.
never was really used as a fort because by the time it was completed, the war had been over for a whole year. And at that time, the weaponry that it was hosting was considered by the Navy to be obsolete. They never used it as an actual fort. They did use it as some anti-submarine mines during World War II. And now it is an unmaintained city park. The base of the length of the base of the tail to between the eye socket. And if it's smaller than that, it's considered to be too young. So lobster takes 7 years to get to 3 1/4 inches. And so if we harvested the smaller lobsters, it would be really easy to overfish the population. The larger lobsters, those have reached a point in their breeding life that they are